Shalom, family. So let's talk anti-Semitism. You're seeing it rise now like never before. And if you go back in news and in stories and everything, you'll find out that in 2020, it really started picking up. And now that's interesting because then we pick up with the big C as well, the whole test run to take control of the world's population and see how obedient they are, what needs to be changed for the next push and so forth, going towards the new world order. Everything, whether you want to admit it or not, started changing around about then. Now, from then, anti-Semitism started rising, and now, with this whole Israeli-Hamas war that's going on, it spiked insanely, showing exactly what illegal immigration has done and what the prevalent feeling of mankind is right now, when they've been saying all this time, never again, after Hitler and World War II. That happens to not be the case. So it's growing worldwide following the war. In Los Angeles, a man screaming, "Kill Jews," attempts to break into a family's home. In London, girls in a playground are told they are stinking Jews and should stay off the slide. Children. Another child was threatened with a knife. In China, posts likening Jews to parasites, vampires, or snakes proliferate on social media, attracting thousands of likes. There are examples of incidents of anti-Semitism which have surged worldwide after the attack on October 7. This is the scariest time to be Jewish since World War II. We have had problems before, but things have never been this bad in my lifetime, says Anthony Adler, 62, speaking outside a synagogue where he has gone to pray in a London neighborhood. In countries where figures are available from police or civil society groups, including the United States, Britain, France, Germany, and South Africa, the pattern is clear. The number of anti-Semitic incidents has gone up from October 7 by several 100% compared with the same period last year. Several 100%. That is the truth coming out now. The idea that Israel was the ultimate shelter, that idea was totally shattered on October 7, said Mayer. The most chilling anti-Semitic incident globally was the storming of an airport in Russia's Dagestan region on Sunday by an enraged crowd looking for Jews to harm after a flight arrived from Tel Aviv. Rabbi Alexander Baroda, president of Russia's Federation of Jewish Communities, said in a response that anti-Israeli sentiment has morphed into open aggression towards Russian Jews. We've seen them all over Europe marking Jews' houses and businesses with the Star of David, 1939, straight back to World War II. I've watched a video this morning which was heartbreaking. A Holocaust survivor living in Europe, weeping, saying she can't believe she's back to what she escaped from. That same world where they hated Jews so much and marked their houses where they work and screamed death to the Jews and were doing what they did then, is taking place right now. And she, at the end of her life, in the waning golden years, is seeing everything take place again. And her heart is shattered because she's thinking about her children and their future being the same as the life she lived when she was young. Horrifying, sickening, and twisted. Now, why is this? This is part of end-time preparation. The Antichrist will, halfway through his fake peace treaty, declare war on Jews and Christians. He will try to exterminate them. Now, how do you get that right? How do you get the world on your side to say, let's exterminate these people once and for all and cut them off forever? How do you do that? But by fomenting hatred towards them as you get closer to your plan coming into effect. How does he get all these Arab nations to agree to Israel building her temple and living in peace in unwalled villages? How does he do that? Easy. By having closed door meetings with them and telling them, don't worry, we're going to give them to you in 3.5 years' time. Just go along with me, and in 3.5 years' time, we'll wipe them out together. You just work with me. And that's the only way I can see him doing this, that they would agree to, that they would play along. We've seen Erdogan play along as a friend of Israel and now openly turn to hatred. and, well, not turn to, but show his true hatred. So it is end times in our faces. And let me remind you, especially the believers who are not standing with Israel as we should be doing, when they're done with the Jews, they will begin with the Christians. When they're done with the one group, they will eliminate the next. And in a lot of places worldwide, they're already working on both. So just realize that you are not apart from what is happening to them. Pray for Israel. Pray for these Jews living in fear all over the world, not just in Israel, for the hatred and murderous intent, the beastly comments that are going out right now that I won't even mention on this channel. It's too sick. That breaks my heart and I'm sure makes God furious. Keep looking up. Keep praying. Shalom.